So apparently, you all like to buy used USB drives on eBay, or that's even a thing. So let's get into that and talk about why that's a problem. But before we do, remember, we don't get paid for this channel, and we don't do Patreon, and we don't do sponsorships because we don't want to annoy you with that stuff. We just want to get good content out there around cybersecurity and how I can make you more cyber aware so you don't become a victim of one of these cyber criminals or hackers out there. So hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. That's the only fee we ask of you. If you want to work with my company in any way, Xact IT Solutions, head over to xitx.com, hit the contact us button, fill out the form. Someone will reach out to you and discuss whatever it is that is on your mind around cybersecurity or technology. So without further ado, let's get into today's content. All right, so there was this article done that I was reading, and it has to do with secondhand USBs being purchased on eBay that expose personal and financial information of users. Now, this was a educational study done by students at Abertay University, and basically they purchased and analyzed 100 USB drives from eBay. Surprisingly, those drives contained 75,000 files with personal and financial information, and there were, as you can see, low sensitivity items such as downloaded videos, operating system boot drives, student work, promotional and press releases, marketing stuff, etc. And then there's medium sensitivity stuff on these drives, such as image files with GPS location, personal photographs, and studies containing clinical trials. And the third kind, high sensitivity, contain passwords, resumes, personal statements, maybe personal statements when you're filing for a mortgage or when you're involved in a lawsuit, employment contracts, timesheets, invoice records, divorce information, bank statements, health records, and even web pages. So it goes on to say a closer examination found that resellers properly wiped only 32 of 100 USB devices. Using publicly available recovery tools, researchers were able to get files off of 26 of the drives and fully recover 42 of them. So that's a pretty good success rate, even if you think you've wiped your drive. And then researchers also surveyed eBay sellers, revealing that 64% of the responders have found a used USB lying around, while 81% say they have never misplaced a USB drive. And then when they asked what they would do if they found a USB drive, 94% of responders said they would plug it in. And that's what I wanted to talk about here today on this video. There are so many ways that hackers can get at you today, and one of them is through a USB drive. So if you ever find a USB drive on the ground, don't pick it up and plug it into your computer. It can cause a huge problem for you. There's a lot of things that can be deployed in terms of exploits and footholds that hackers can gain if you insert a USB device into your computer, and all you have to do is insert it. It automatically does everything else it needs to do once you plug it in. You don't need to click on anything. You don't need to go into any file on the drive and run it. It automatically happens when you plug it in, unless you have software that disables it or doesn't allow the USB to run. And endpoint protection software and things like that can protect you from stuff like that. So when you do plug in a drive, it at least initiates a virus or malware scan on the drive, or blocks the drive from even being recognized by the system. But generally speaking, in good practice, you don't want to find a USB drive and plug it in. If it's not yours, you don't know where it came from, the general rule of thumb is just get rid of it and throw it out. There's no need for you to do it. And certainly don't buy USB drives from eBay unless you know what you're doing, unless you have the tools to take that drive directly from eBay and put it into a device that is secured and can format the drive properly before you use it in a production type system or on your home computer. That's how you want to handle these. So my recommendation is just buy them new, buy them off Amazon or wherever you buy them new, and don't buy them off eBay used, because, you know, quite frankly, a hacker could set up an eBay store and sell USB drives with threats on them that you know, when you get that drive, you're going to plug it in your computer and boom, this person who just sent you a drive through eBay now has hacked your system, and you thought you were buying a cheap flash drive when in reality you just got hacked really cheaply by somebody who thought of a scam and thought to use eBay in order to get those USB drives out. So it could be done by a criminal person. It could be done completely unbeknownst to the seller, where they got the drive from somewhere and then they didn't realize that somebody put malware on it, and then you bought it and plugged it into your system, and now you have the malware. So there's a lot of different ways that this can go down. And then for the people who, you know, are on eBay selling this stuff, make sure you're selling formatted hard drives and they've been formatted properly through the proper software. But quite frankly, just don't buy drives off eBay that are used. You don't want to use a used hard drive. It's kind of like using used underwear. You don't want to do it. And, you know, don't do it with USB drives. Don't do it with any of that kind of stuff. And if you are going to sell your stuff, make sure you format it. Make sure you wipe your phones before you sell your phones. Don't be giving people treasure troves of your information when you want to buy or sell technology online. Keep yourself protected, keep yourself safe, follow these rules and these guidelines that I highlighted in this video, and you will be more safe and more cyber aware. So that's it for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this content. If you did, hit the like button below, and if there's anything you would like us to talk about on this channel, drop them in the comments below. We already have a couple really good topics from our subscribers that we're going to cover here in the next couple days, but drop them below and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to work with Xact IT in any way, head over to our website, xitx.com. Have a great day, folks. I will talk to you all tomorrow.